It is 9 days since Emmanuel Maraba drowned in Kipkaren River in Uasin Gishu County. The family is now relying on locally available divers to recover the body, even as they seek the government's intervention. Our reporter Lois Ongoy has been following the story, and she brings us up to speed. Lois.
Indeed, Julians, as you noted, it is day 9 after the young man, Emmanuel Maraba, had an accident and drowned in this river, Kipkaren River. The family has done everything in their part to try and recover his body, but 9 days later, they are still searching. The family tells us they have hired around 20 divers from Western Kenya and even from Elgeyo-Marakwet County to try and pull their strength together, all in efforts of recovering their lost son. On the material day that Emmanuel Maraba had an accident, he had taken a stroll with a friend, and boys being boys, the family notes, they decided to play with the water. But then again, because of the ongoing rainfall, the amount of waters in this particular river was too much for Emmanuel Maraba, and even as he tackled the waters trying to swim to safety, he was carried away. The young boy, whom was in the company of Emmanuel Maraba, did go and ask for help, but from that day until this very afternoon, the body of 11-year-old Maraba has not been recovered. Of course, being a very, very trying moments and tough times for the family, who continue to pull all their resources and strengths together in trying to recover the body of their son. The family is also appealing to the county government of Uasin Gishu and the national government to bring in equipment and perhaps workmanship that can also rope into the efforts that they are putting in trying to recover the body of their son. Speaking to the family yesterday, they described Emmanuel Maraba as a young man who was very energetic about life and experimental, and so his missing into their lives no doubt leaves a very, very big mark. Never mind that his body is yet to be recovered. We are now joined by the family of Emmanuel Maraba, the auntie. Granted, the mother and father may not be in a position to speak to us, of course, owing to the emotions that are currently going on. We'll just talk to them and to understand if they're still keeping up with this particular search, or will they give up at some point. Granted, it is almost 2 weeks since Emmanuel Maraba drowned here at Kipkaren River. Thank you, Susan, for joining us, and pole sana to you and family. It's 9 days, and you've put everything that you could into place to try and recover the body of Emmanuel. What more are you planning to do? Are you giving up at some point, or will you still continue coming here every day with local divers trying to find the body of your son?
Lois, it's not easy to give up. You can't sleep, you can't do anything. We haven't given up. That is why we are here 9 days, and we are still hoping that we can be able to recover Emmanuel's body. Reason being, that is the only way we can have a closure. We have come to terms with death, but we have not come to terms with not having the body. That is our plea, that is our prayer, that we can be able to get the body so that we can give Emmanuel a good send-off, and even the family can have a closure.
And yesterday when we were here, you had about 15 divers. Today we found 20 of them. What amounts of effort are you putting in to just try and recover the body of young Emmanuel Maraba?
We are doing what we can as a family, and we have a lot of community response. The community have responded, and when divers are coming on board, of course, it is also tiring, especially for those who have been in the water for 8 days. I am sure you saw them being given tea, because after a few minutes, after a few hours, they get very cold. So they have to use oil to oil their skin. They have to give them tea and go back to the water again. So we are trying to put resources together so that we can also get more divers to get into the water.
Indeed, that is the voice from the family of Emmanuel Maraba. Until the time that he drowned here at Kipkaren River, he was 11 years old, and those who interacted with the young man closely say he was a cheerful young man who schooled at Patrician Primary School here in Eldoret. For now, back to you in Nairobi.